Here's Chapter 4 of Lucky Lure at Arrow Point, coming to you from my front porch. When Jamie wakened, sunlight was already dancing on the tiny wavelets on the lake. He stretched and wiggled his toes. The puppy wiggled too, right down to the foot of the bed. Jamie laughed. "You're going the wrong way," he told Minty. He dived under the covers and crawled out with the puppy in his arms. "Well, good morning," his grandmother smiled at him from the upper open doorway. "I'm hungry enough to eat a wooden spoon. And you must be ready for your breakfast." "Oh, Grandma, I guess I just forgot to wake up." "Well, I didn't forget to make your breakfast. See how quickly you can get into your clothes. You have so many things to do today." The rag rug felt soft and warm. Jamie struggled into his clothes and smoothed his hair down with his hands. Minty followed right behind into the kitchen. "I guess I'm hungry as those noisy old coyotes," Jamie announced, pulling up his stool. "And your puppy's hungry too," came a gentle reminder. "I filled his dish with warm, fresh milk, but you put it down for him." "Oh, I forgot." Jamie put the dish gently on the floor. The puppy planted his 4 feet wide apart and lapped with a long red tongue. Jamie got back on his stool and began his own breakfast. He was hungry. He scraped his spoon on the bottom of his cereal bowl. He wolfed down the pile of brown toast, and he drained the last drops of milk from his glass. "You'll soon put on weight if you eat like that," his grandmother said, smiling. "And I think my nanny knows you've come, for she's milking better than she's ever done." Minty licked his bowl until it shone. Then he wobbled across to Jamie and pulled at his red sock. "What does he want?" Jamie asked, picking up the puppy. "He wants to go outside in the sunshine. You go too, but stay near the back step until I can show you around." "Don't worry, Grandma. I won't go far. I can't, you see, because of my leg." But Jamie's grandma didn't seem to hear him. The sun was very warm on the broad back step. The thin little boy and the fat little puppy stared and stared. Nothing that Jamie had ever seen in books was quite like this. The grass he had seen was short and neat, and the trees in the hospital grounds had been shaped and trimmed. Flowers grew in the grass by his feet, and the green stems were long and bent. There was a smell of water and apple trees and growing things. Jamie took a deep breath. Brown hens were scratching busily in the dirt of a little fenced yard. A shed held stacks and stacks of stovewood. Everything looked shabby and friendly. Even the big rooster looked as if he would be a friend. Minty got tired of just looking. He fell off the step and sniffed at a brown beetle. The red rooster threw back his head and crowed. The puppy put his stub of a tail down between his legs and staggered back to Jamie. Jamie hugged him. "Silly," he comforted. "That's the way he sings, like those old coyotes did last night." There were fruit trees out behind the chicken house. Their branches were frothed with the white and pink of blossoms. Bees flew busily from flower to flower. By listening hard, he could even hear them buzzing. "That's how the bees sing," he told his puppy. "Grandma," he called, as he heard his grandmother step behind him. "Why do you put fences around your fruit trees?" "To keep the goats from eating the trunk," she explained. "Or to keep the goats from eating the bark," she explained, wiping her hands on her white apron. "I have a fence around my flower garden, too." She came outside and sat down on the stoop. There wasn't much stoop left when she sat down on it. "Minty was sure scared when the rooster crowed, Grandma, but I wasn't." "Good for you." "I like your flower trees, Grandma." "Well, that's a pretty name for fruit trees. There's apple and cherry and one old pear. You can help me pick the fruit in the fall." "May I eat some of it, too?" "There's enough here for a dozen little boys. Your father used to like the pears the very best of all." Jamie liked to hear about his father being a little boy. He leaned his head against his grandmother's arm, and he looked hard at the green growing things around him. His skin felt warm from the sunshine. The sky was blue, and little bits of cottony clouds chased each other in it. The bees kept buzzing, and the chickens talked among themselves. "This is the nicest place," he decided. "I hope I can stay with you a long, long time." It's the end of Chapter 4.